Reacher is back, everybody. I am so excited for our discussion today as we are wrapping up and discussing the whole season. Well, probably just the last episode more than anything else of Reacher Season 3 today here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. I had my microphone muted because I was coughing and I didn't want it to come up on the thing.
Thought I went deaf for a second.
Right? Good morning, everybody. We're like, oh no. Welcome to the show, Two Geeks and a Microphone, where we're just having a grand old time. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most illustrious Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Everybody, we're just a few moments behind the eight ball because we got in this deep conversation of we were talking about music bands and the concept of the ship of Theseus that gets brought up in WandaVision. And so if you the whole concept is if you have like a if you have a ship and you replace all the boards in the ship, is it still the ship of Theseus kind of at the end of it all? And so we were applying that to music, to bands and stuff. So if you replace all the band members or some of the band members or whatever, at what point is it no longer that band and just a cover band? That's kind of what we came up with. And Mike, you're pretty good there about it depends and looking at all these different perspectives. And so it was quite an intriguing conversation.
Might be partially because certain bands that I absolutely love, I still want them to be the original band. Some of them, not so much.
Right? So we kind of got enraptured in our conversation and then just really, oh, whoa, it's already 8 o'clock, or my time, 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I did the math. So anyway.
I could go forever geeking out on bands, so.
Yeah. So we could do a show like that at some point. That might be fun.
Oh, am I breaking you down to do a music geeky episode?
Maybe, just maybe.
Sports you wouldn't let me do that.
Right?
You said it didn't fit our niche.
Well, it probably does, really. Sports, no.
Speaking of sports, Battlehawks played their first game of the new season last night and won.
Woohoo!
Houston Roughnecks butts. What was it? 24-6, I think, was the final score. It was a very lopsided game, but felt good as a St. Louis fan to watch it. And we got a quarterback who gets out of the pocket and actually moves. I'm happy. Yes.
Nice.
All right, there.
Nice.
I gave
Should
my
be good.
minute.
I thought I recognized that ball cap.
All right. Cardinals home opener was Thursday, and they won also after a game delay because it was raining cats and dogs when the game first started.
Well, what are we talking about today? Reacher, everybody. We are talking Reacher Season 3 today, so I'm really excited about conversation. And so we have not talked about it at all. And so let me rephrase that. We talked about the first part of the season, and now we're talking about the second part. So, and Mike and I have not discussed anything about the second part of the season. So, other than the fact that I made a joke that probably I'll be talking about the last episode. All right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll get going down the pike. We'll start off with some geeky news.
All righty.
Oof, I was worried. I was like,
Yeah.
"Where's the button? Where's the button?"
Steven fixed it to where it wouldn't do it 6 times.
That's right. I sure did, by golly. It only took me 2 years.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Uh,
We've been
all
using
right.
EV Mux for 2 years?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
But I think we've been using our news thing for a while. I'm just
Well, yeah, we've been using that for a while, but it
Yeah.
wasn't until EV Mux where it, like, just repeated and we couldn't get it.
right. There's a repeat function. You got to click the repeat function, but we realized that the video itself had 2 repeaters in it, and so we had to trim it. So, but we did it all within EV Mux to trim it. That was pretty cool.
You did that. That one, I can't take credit on that one. So,
all right. Did you have anything on your geeky news?
I have no geeky news, but you
Okay.
said you had something.
I do. So everybody, there was a teaser trailer that came out to talk about the Avengers, and Mike has not seen it, and I really wanted to get his thoughts on the whole thing. So we're gonna watch it, and and I'm gonna talk through it, kind of, sorta. I'm just gonna say names as we go through it. Okay. So here we go. It'll make more sense
You're just going to say random names?
I will say the hero name that matches with the actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good clarification. You got me. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Letitia Wright as Black Panther, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, Tenoch Huerta Mejia as Namor, hopefully I said that right, Eben Moss Bachrach as The Thing, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Kelsey Grammer as Beast, Louis Pullman as Sentry, Danny Ramirez as Falcon, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Winston Duke as M'Baku, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, Channing Tatum as Gambit, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, and the man himself, Robert Downey Jr., as Dr. Doom.
RDJ just told you to shush. So after we finish this, I may have you read all of those over again and redub it when I go to the get ready to upload the audio version of this to our audio site.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because the music was so loud, some of it I had a hard time hearing you.
Oh, I didn't realize it was super loud. I should have tested the volume before. Sorry.
It's okay. So we might make an adjustment for the audio version of this, but the video side, you could see the names at least. So that's
yeah.
Good. That was interesting. This is going to be a big movie as far as that's a lot of freaking actors in one film. Oh man. Although I don't know. Can't wait. It'll be interesting.
Here is my dilemma. I saw it. I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. All right. Yeah. I don't know if I really care or not. That's my dilemma.
I got to see some trailers. I got to see something.
Okay.
Give me at least a little teaser of what's going to happen in this movie. You know, I don't know how I feel about how we're getting the Fantastic Four, and I guess we're not getting a version of Dr. Doom in that Fantastic Four because that's going back in time.
Maybe it leads up to it. I don't know.
So
stupid multiverse.
I don't know if you can count that as multiverse. I know, because I think that's just a timepiece. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that well, no, wait, I take it back. You're right. It's multiverse because we're going with a female Silver Surfer. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it is multiverse. I stand corrected, Steven.
Okay.
I think you might be right on that. So okay.
Well, then I
Multiverse.
thought, well, gosh, they're bringing back the previous version of X-Men with Patrick Stewart and team. I
Right.
mean,
Well, that's
that's
because they acquired Fox.
yeah. yeah, but why not use the new one as well? So, that's a great cast.
Patrick Stewart's name puts more seats in the butt, maybe.
More seats in the butt? You mean butts in the seat?
Oh, my brain's. I need more coffee.
All right, that's okay. Well, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know how to say it, but it is like you're saying. I'm continuing your thought. That's a great thought about more butts in the seat, because is it just nostalgia? Is it just we're just trying to get? It's almost like a money grab, because you're bringing back Robert Downey Jr., who you killed off, but you're bringing him back for Doctor Doom. Okay, that's just like, you're just, I don't know. It's almost like fan service. I feel like it's fan service to take advantage of. That's the weird thing. I think that's almost how I feel about it.
Okay, I think that's a good clarification of fan service, because I don't necessarily have a problem with fan service.
I don't either.
I'm a fan, and there are certain things that I want to happen, because they happened previously in comic books or other media, so on and so forth. So in that sense, yeah, I want the fan service. Okay.
Mhm.
But I think you clarifying that it is fan service only in the aspect just to get more people in.
Yeah, it's like a cash grab.
Right, like a cash grab. Not so much of, we're going to make older fans happy with our material.
Right. I want great. Hopefully, it's a great story. If it's a great story, I'll eat my words. Kind of a thing.
I mean, look, if it's I'm not wishing them ill will. Okay, it's just lately, Marvel has been subpar. Compared to what we got when the
Phase
whole
one.
Marvel, phase one, compared to what we got with phase one, and everything was amazing, and everyone was so happy and was just excited about the next film. Everything else has just been meh since then. And I would say since Endgame, when they killed off
Agreed.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they did that and they killed off Cap, and nothing against Mackie. I personally think it should have went to Bucky first. I know both of them have had the Captain America mantle in the comic book.
Yeah.
But I felt with Bucky's friendship to Steve Rogers that I just felt it should have went to him first, and then maybe down the road it goes to gosh, I can't think of what his character's name is. Sam. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, Megan.
Nice, Megan.
Yeah.
2 points for Megan.
Call
He's
there.
on it.
So yeah, I got to see something more than just the director's seats or whatever you want to call those.
Yes, agreed.
And I think they're banking on Robert Downey Jr.'s popularity to sell this, because that's all we're seeing. We're not seeing anything else, just him.
Right.
Or they couldn't get the rest of them there at once. I don't know.
Well, we'll get there. They're probably at the very beginning. So we're looking, I don't know when it comes out. Maybe it's another 2 years out or whatever. So
I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of a wait. But like I said, I want to see something. What is the story here? I have no idea what the story is.
mm-hmm.
Are they Are they actually following a comic book story that has been happened in the past? I highly doubt they're doing anything original because they don't do anything original. So,
or they try to do it originally and they mess it all up.
Right, or they try to do a comic book story that's beloved and mess it up.
Yeah.
And I'll say that on both sides of the coin. I'll say that on DC side and Marvel side. They've both done that. Marvel tends to be better than DC as far as that goes, but they've both done it. They've both screwed up, beloved stories and pissed off longtime readers. So I have no idea where they're going with this. And maybe somebody out there knows. And if you do, comment and let us know. I would love to know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head over into Geekdar, shall we?
What? Oh, wait.
Oh yeah.
Someone say my name. That was good, Sam. That was great, Sam.
That was a good one.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to head over to Geekdar.
That was geeky news.
I scrolled and hit the wrong one.
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. That's not all he's lost.
So let me get this straight. We bragged that we got the geeky news right, and then you go ahead and play it a second.
And I hit it again. Yeah. Something wrong with me, everybody. Just saying.
Awesome. That's just awesome. Okay. I have a few things for Geekdar, so I don't know if you want to go first.
No, it's okay. Mine's nothing major. I was going to get a picture up for it, but I didn't get a chance to. But real quick, I sat down to watch Reacher, the last episode, again last night, and I thought, and then when I popped up my PlayStation, I was like, oh, hey, I have not tried this game yet because it just now hit PlayStation Plus. The monthly subscription thing it's Jedi Survivor. So,
okay.
And so I started playing it, and good night. It's fantastic looking. It's exciting. You're playing a Jedi who you're not doing this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing yet. No, you're already a Jedi Knight. I mean, kind of, it's the sequel to the last one. And it was, I had a lot of fun with it. I probably won't finish it because, I never able to finish anything, but it was a lot of fun. It was really good. So it was pretty exciting.
Speaking of Jedis, next month will be the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah. Supposed to be coming back to theaters in some theaters. Regal. Do you guys have Regal theaters?
Yeah, that's what we have, a Regal. Mm-hmm.
Well, you should be getting it. Regal's supposed to be getting it. We have Marcus here, and so far Marcus doesn't have it. Marcus has Star Trek Wrath of Khan, which I kind of want to go see in the theater still. Because I do. Wrath of Khan, I think, is the best Star Trek film.
Agreed.
But I'm like, where's Revenge of the Sith? I want to go see it in the theater, man. So I think the only way I can go see it is to drive across the river and go into St. Louis. Because I know there's some Regals over there. I just don't know exactly where and stuff. But yeah, you need to be checking your
my Regal app.
Yeah,
I was looking at it yesterday because I know The Chosen, the episode 1 of 3 of The Last Supper is out in the theater as of yesterday, I think.
Oh wow, cool.
So they do episode 1 this week, episode 2 next week, and episode 3 the following.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of thing in the theaters.
That's neat. David. Oh, next week's episode 8 of House of David. So, spoiler alert, I guess. He's gonna.
I read the book. I'm okay.
Well, I didn't exactly mean the spoiler alert. That was good. Yes, I've read the book too. Anyway, and I listen to it every day, by the way, or most every day. Anyway, so spoiler alert, episode 8, David's gonna come face to face with the giant, with Goliath. And that might be a cool thing if they would have done it at the theater there.
Mm.
Because some of the scenes are pretty epic for this show. It's
Are they?
Yeah.
I have not started it. I know we talked about it, and I'm like, oh, I need to start that, and I haven't.
I like it. I think it's good. It can be debatable whether. Anyway, we'll have to decide on if we do an episode on it or not. But anyway, so getting on to my geekdar, I finished yesterday Batman Resurrection.
Yes,
I'm very, very happy with this.
I finished it last week on audio.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. I highly recommend this novel if you are a 89 Michael Keaton, Tim Burton verse Batman fan. Definitely.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that. And then the other thing.
We'll get it real quick. Sorry. On the Batman Resurrection, if you agree to 100%, if you really like it, or if you like that Batman universe, it's the Tim Burton universe, Batverse, Tim Burton Batverse, whatever. I don't know how to say that. It is worth the buy. I've got it on Audible. You bought the book. It's well worth it. I really enjoyed the writing, how John Jackson Miller did it, the intrigue of, wait a minute, what's happening, and you kind of figure it out as it goes along before you get the reveal that, I mean, it's already announced, as we said, Clayface is, it is in it, and you think, oh, is he a major villain? And how that plays out.
Very happy with his casting, or cast choice, I should say. As cast characters.
The character, how he did the character development.
Yes.
I openly, I think has become one of my favorite Clayface stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really has. But there is another villain behind it. We're not going to spoil that, but there's another villain at play as well. And so how that gets played out. So
yeah,
I had wondered, but we're talking about doing an episode of it. So if you guys want us to talk about that, like a spoilerific episode of the,
I think we need to. Oh, I think
okay. All right.
Okay.
So sorry,
right.
Go ahead.
So anyway, like mine tend to be, mine are comic books. And yesterday I got wind that a particular story, part 2 of a particular story has come out, and I had to go buy it. It is Jim Lee's Hush 2.
What?
Yes. Hush 2. Issue 1 is out. So.
How was it? Have you read it?
I have not read it yet, but
okay.
The art looks amazing. Of course, it is Jim Lee. I mean, just about anything Jim Lee does is freaking amazing. So, Batman looks incredible. Love it. The cover is pretty beautiful, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing looking cover. So, I am excited about Hush 2. Hush is one of my favorite Batman storylines. So, the other one is another facsimile.
Oh, okay.
Batman Adventures, or Batgirl Adventures. Because they wrote girl over Batman. And that's the adventures, like the Paul Dini era.
Yeah.
Yes, this would be the Batman Adventures. It's the comic books spinoff from the cartoon series, the 90s cartoon series. And this is also the first comic appearance of Harley Quinn. So that's why I had to pick it up. Like, I got to get that. That's amazing. So, it's pretty cool. And when you look inside of it, like I said, this is a facsimile. So facsimiles are straight reprints from the original ones. They don't update ads and stuff. So I mean, like, and I was going through here, and what was it I saw? Let me see if I can find this real quick. I saw an ad for Nightfall. Oh yeah, here it is. For Batman's Nightfall.
Yeah.
With the Azrael Batman beating up Bane. And I was like, oh, that is so awesome. And yeah.
I've got that series.
I had it. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of my comics somehow disappeared. But anyway, so those are my Geekdar for today. Batman Hush 2 and Batman the Animated Comic Series, Harley Quinn's first appearance.
Nice. Very good. All right. Well, all right, everybody. We ready for the main event? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
It's time for the main event. Da, 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 da. We are talking Reacher Season 3 and probably just the finale. I'm just kidding.
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay, so here's what do we want to do for our rating system? What do you think would be good for the rating system today?
Chains.
Okay, I know where you're going with that. Okay, chains. Okay, so when we finished watching it, Kelly and I finished watching it on Thursday night because I couldn't wait. I was like, I'm watching it today. I want, kind of a thing. So that's one thing. It tells you I really enjoyed the series. I couldn't wait to watch it. And then we said season 1 was good. Really enjoyed it. Hooked me into the whole Reacherverse kind of a thing. Amazon's version of it. Season 2 came out and I was like, oh, that was really good too. So far, I think this is my favorite season.
Nice.
Season 3 is my favorite. Little quirks here and there, but I would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Chains. 9 out of 10 chains. Real quick. Let's say hey to Sam. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sam.
Good night. God bless you as well. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit.
Awesome. So, yeah, Sam's on the other side of the world, so he has to go to bed.
Yeah.
We're just getting up and he's just going to bed. So, I have really enjoyed the Reacher universe. I never read the novels, so I didn't know anything. I only knew of the novels because my former carpool buddy, she was a big fan of the novels. And I remember her talking about the Tom Cruise movie when it came out, and she's so disappointed with it. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever, And I never watched the Tom Cruise movie, so I don't even know how those are. But
I've watched them. I enjoyed them. It introduced me to the Jack Reacher world.
But what got me interested in this series was the actor Alan Richardson. Because he played Hawk in the Teen Titans series, and I loved him as Hawk. And I was like, yeah, that guy is Reacher. I'm in. I got to watch this. So he has been freaking amazing. I've loved him. Still want him to be Batman. He would be an incredible both Bruce Wayne and Batman, and I want it to happen. DC, please be listening to me.
Right. Agreed.
Jim Lee, if you're paying attention, since you have the clout, make it please happen. As Captain Picard would say, make it so. All right. So with that said, I will give Reacher season 3 8 out of 10 chains.
Okay.
8 out of 10.
All right.
I thought overall this was an excellent season. I did say in our first half of the Reacher review when we did that a few weeks back, I wasn't a big fan of the cop, the female cop, female DEA agent. She just wasn't my favorite. She grew on me a little bit as the season went. She's still not my favorite character, but she was a little bit better. I didn't want the two of them to get together. I wasn't a big fan of that.
I wasn't. That's the point I take off.
Yeah, well, that's one point I take off, and then I have another point I take off, but we're not going to discuss that till we get to the season finale discussion.
Right on. Okay.
But overall, excuse me, I thought this was a really good season. I enjoyed it. Oh, I also love the other bad guy, the other big guy that
Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie. He towers over Reacher, and it's like, holy crap! I mean, this dude is a giant. And I told Brenda yesterday after we watched it Thursday. I told her after we watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, if they're gonna try and find somebody bigger and badder, I don't know if they're gonna be able to.
Right?
This guy was awesome.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I guess Reacher gets a point for him. For him alone. He's like, where did you guys Holy crap.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him. And yeah. I've seen some videos with him. He's like super nice and likes to play around, joke around, all that kind of stuff. So
in real life, he's known as the Dutch Giant.
Okay.
I can understand that.
Right.
Heck, this dude could have played Goliath.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I really, really like season 3.
Good. All right. So are we ready to go into some spoilerific territory?
Sure thing.
All right, everybody. We are going to, from this point on, we are going to talk spoilers of the finale and kind of things how it play out through the whole season, and how they come together here at the end. So if you have not seen it, we highly recommend that you go see it. And if you want to come back, please come back. Actually, I'm begging you, please come back for our discussion.
Yes,
and
please.
Then comment and let us know your thoughts. If you agree with us, if you disagree with us, kind of a thing. So, and if you're liking what we do, just make sure you hit like and subscribe as well as comment. Pretty please. All right.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Go right ahead. Spoilerific territory is all I was going to say.
Well, I was reading an article just before we went live, and it was talking about how there were a few things. Now, I haven't read the novels. I don't know if you've read the novels, you'll know this better than I do. But there were a few things that they deviated from the novel, and basically the only reason they deviated was because of the time period. So the novels came out in 2003, and obviously here we are 20 years later. So there's some technology differences between now and 2003. And it talks about how in the novel, so Reacher is communicating with, what's her name? His girl in the chair, basically. I still don't know.
Oh, Neely.
Yeah, Neely. He's communicating with her, and with the other agents, he's using a burner phone, a tiny burner phone, so it can be hidden. Well, in 2003, cell phones weren't so tiny.
Right.
They were a bit bigger. So in the novel, he uses some kind of email device. A little portable email device is what he uses in the novel. And they were like, well, we don't want to do that. We want to still make it modern, and we think it would be a much more better. Cheers.
Cheers. Well done.
I had to think about how I was getting that in today. Anyway, they thought it would be better if they went more modern and used a burner phone instead, which I think was a good creative choice on their part.
I liked where they put it in the heel of his shoe.
Yeah,
that's been around a long time.
Yeah,
shoe
it goes. Yeah, it goes all the way back to Get Smart. I remember Maxwell Smart taking off his shoe and actually had a dial on the bottom of his shoe.
Yep.
Oh, hello, Chief. Oh God, I loved Get Smart. Get Smart was such a fun show.
Several years ago when we were in Washington D.C., I went to the Spy Museum and all, and it was pretty cool to see all the different things they had.
Did they have a shoe? Did they really?
If I remember right, yeah.
Wow, neat. So that wasn't just made up for Get Smart then.
No.
Neat. Oh, I didn't know that.
I gotta go find my pictures and kind of see. I'll go back and see. Was I allowed to take pictures then of the? I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, keep going.
You were probably allowed to, but then they'd have to kill you if you kept.
Yeah.
Right. At the end, you run into Reacher.
Right.
I'm gonna need your phone.
Right.
Thanks for visiting the museum.
Yep.
If you say anything, we will kill you.
We know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, they don't need to take our phones anymore. They've already got access to it.
This is true. Hell, they listen in on me with Alexa.
Right. You hopefully didn't activate her.
No, I don't think I did. The one in here isn't working right lately. Heck, I've had trouble with all of them since I switched over to the air thing. I don't know if it doesn't like them or what's going on. I've had some issues.
Gotcha. Speaking of which, what great timing.
See, something got mad at me.
I disconnected you. What great timing. We could not have planned it like that either.
Megan did say I disappeared too.
You did. It said, as soon as you said it, bloop, it said offline. Oh gosh, I needed that laugh. That was pretty good.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll quit talking about government overreach and listening in and all that stuff.
That's some funny stuff right there.
Before a Terminator shows up at my house.
Right? Dun dun dun. Come with me if you want to live.
All right, Reacher
yes.
Season 3. So like I said, I really enjoyed this season. I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. I liked at the beginning, the twist at the beginning. I know we discussed this a little bit, but I kind of want to bring it up again. How when we came into it, we're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And it made it seem like Reacher went rogue.
Yes.
And he had just killed a cop and stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, this can't be right. They can't be going here. No, they've already established he's a good guy and all this stuff. And from what I was reading, they did do that same twist in the book too. So that's
okay.
That stays accurate, which is pretty cool. So I did like that. I thought that was great. And it was just a way for him to go undercover better and infiltrate the family's home and stuff. So I really, really liked that. I enjoyed that. The other characters that have been introduced, as his co-stars in this season have been really good. I was a little disappointed when the kid got killed. Spoiler alert. When the young agent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, I didn't want him to get killed. That sucked.
Right.
So that was kind of
It was gritty too.
Yeah, it was gritty. Man, that dude was wow. Just watch it for that. That was crazy. So it sucked that he died. I even liked the kid, the son. I liked him. He was kind of annoying at times, but I loved his and Reacher's dynamic.
Yes.
They were really good, you know.
Yeah.
Where
I thought there was more chemistry there than it was with the other lady cop.
I agree. She just liked his body. That's all. She kind of admits it too, dude.
Yes.
Maybe I can respect that she's being honest. I don't know. Anyway, I liked his chemistry with the kid. I thought that was good. He was kind of like a sort of a big brother who found him a little annoying, but you know, okay, he's my little brother. I need to protect him. That kind of thing. That's the way I looked at it, and I really liked that dynamic. I thought it was good. So that was another thing about this season that I really enjoyed. Probably my biggest letdown was the revenge or avenging of Reacher's original. I don't know what she is. I don't know what her rank was. The girl that was under him in his troop platoon, however you put it. The one that we find out that Quinn kidnapped and killed. And kidnapped, tortured, and killed.
Yeah.
Gruesome. Very gruesomely. I really I'm a little sadistic. I really wanted Quinn to pay for that. And
yeah, I wanted to see him get tortured.
I did. So yeah. So that was my only complaint. I felt that his death was not satisfying. That's all.
Okay.
That's the only complaint I have about it, though.
Right. It was too quick.
It was, yes, way too quick.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Reacher do some freaking bad stuff to that guy.
Yeah.
just bad stuff, because he deserves it. He really does. You know.
Right.
And then the fight scene between him and Paulie was awesome.
Oh my goodness. That's why I wanted to watch it a second time. And it's a lot. It's not just a quick fight.
It's a good portion of the episode.
It really is. I mean, huge portion.
Couple parts of the fight, you know, because you got the first part of the fight, and that's where the chain comes in, because Paulie finally. Go ahead.
That's part 2, because the first part was the big fight right outside the trucks.
Well, okay, yeah, okay.
And then threw him into the part 2 took place in the
barn. That was
that barn and stuff, and that's where the chains come into play.
Right.
Then it was rolling around, and then it was in the river, or not the ocean, the bay.
Right.
But then it went on the lawn was part 4. I'm like, holy cow!
It was
it's the fight that never ends.
Well, I mean, literally, because first you had Paulie was just having fun, you know. I mean, if Reacher punches you in the face and you smile, you're a tough SOB.
Yeah,
because I mean, Reacher's not a small guy, and he's strong, and they've established that. And Reacher gives it all he's got. It punches Paulie right in the face. And Paulie just kind of goes back, looks back at him, and smiles and goes, "This is going to be fun."
Yeah. Well, I took it as, you know, he got hit. You could tell he was in pain in a minute. And then that's when he grinned. And I thought, he's thinking we're the opponent.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. It was
awesome. Oh, I take that back. Part 5. There's a 5th part to the fight, which took place in the guard shed at the guard post.
Well, yeah, that's where the big gun comes into play. That was
finally we've been seeing this gun for I don't know every single episode, kind of a thing. It seems like, and then finally we see.
Oh yeah, they held it off for a good finale. That's for sure. but Paulie fights with Reacher for a while. And then Paulie kind of gets, it's almost like a cat toying with a mouse, and then the cat bored, you know, And that's the way I felt with Paulie in this fight here in the beginning. You know, Paulie's fighting with him. He's actually enjoying the fight. And then finally he's like,
As men, let us fight as men. No guns. Let us
Yeah.
fight as men.
that was awesome. But then Paulie was just like, all right, let's get this done with. And then knocks him cold and wraps a chain around his neck and strings him up to hang him.
Mhm.
And that's when that's Brenda's like, no, that can't. I go, the show's name is Reacher, not Paulie. So
Yeah.
we know Reacher has to get out of this. And
Right.
sure enough, Reacher is what he is, and he manages to flip over and literally break the beam with his legs. That's freaking strong, man.
Mhm.
Either that or that beam was weak. One of the two. I don't know. And then managed to get down. And the great thing is, he comes out while Paulie's walking away, and then Paulie sees him and goes, "Oh, you've got to be kidding!"
Oh, yeah.
But then Paulie gets his moment back. Because, like you said, that's when the fight ends up going in the water. And
Yeah.
we get to the point where, at that point, again, spoilers, Reacher punches Paulie in the throat. And I thought for sure, okay, he's
I
done.
thought that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way his eyes looked and everything, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's it. He's dead. You know,
Yeah.
he's drowning. That's it. You know, we're done with Paulie. And then
Mhm.
Reacher gets out of the water. Reacher's walking away. And who gets out of the water like a monster? Here comes Paulie. And Reacher says basically the same. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great because they gave each one of them that moment of, no, this guy can't be coming back.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. It was worthy. It was a worthy battle. Everybody wanted to see it. I'm glad they gave time to it. Because it had been leading up to, it was going to be a big battle at the end, but
Oh my gosh.
it was like, wow.
That was
And
a huge battle.
now that you're saying that, I wonder if that fight, because it was so epic, that that's why when you saw, because Polly wasn't the big bad villain, and we're so used to whoever the big baddie is gets their comeuppance in some kind of way, and we really didn't. It was so quick for the big bad villain that you really didn't get the satisfaction of seeing him. Here's Scott. You got the it's almost like the reverse of Star Wars, where Captain Phasma just went out just like that, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And, because Phasma wasn't the big baddie, but the, henchman, the top of the henchman.
Built that character up like it was, like she was bigger, better than Boba Fett or something like that,
Yeah.
Bigger, better than the legacy of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're expecting that character to do great things, and she does nothing. She does absolutely nothing.
Right.
So,
and so here's the same situation. We've got a baddie who is really bad, and they do play it up as really bad. I mean, Quinn.
Well, they bring the receipts on how bad he is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's set up, and then just the way it ended, you're like, oh, that's all we get? We are so sadistic.
Oh, that's what I told Brenda. I go, I am
a
bastard because I really, really wanted him tortured. I mean, I wanted him tortured over like a week. Honestly, I don't think shooting him in the head was justifiable for, I mean,
well, I even thought
it wasn't a justifiable, or it wasn't satisfying.
Yeah. So I thought the buyer was how he went out was better, more worthy death than what Quinn got. So the buyer, he goes in and he's like, oh, here's the girl. I'm going to get the girl. And he drops his pants and he comes out.
Maybe that was one of the things that redeemed her for me.
Right.
When she says, I'm going to shoot your blank off.
Yep. Yep. I'm going to shoot that off, kind of. And sure enough, here comes in the guard, and then she just takes her shot, and then oh my gosh, there's blood already coming out of it. Oh, like, yeah, get that rapist guy, kind of thing.
That was more satisfying than Quinn's death. Honestly,
that's what I mean.
A lot more satisfying than Quinn. Yeah,
you got what you deserved. Yeah.
And then even the other cop, her partner, when he's in the bathroom tussling with the other guy, and then you saw the electric razor, and you heard it, and I was like, "Oh, that's coming into play." I'm not exactly sure how they're going to use it. But
Agreed.
Play, and then it turns out he drops the razor. Well, he makes him drop his gun in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then the fight ensues, and then he knocks the razor off into the toilet, and the guy goes after his gun.
Yeah.
And electrocutes him. That was pretty satisfying too. Yeah. I like that.
Yes, it was.
And then it sucked.
Right? After all that, that's all we get. So yeah, that's part of I think
someone needs to tell me if in the book he has a more satisfying death.
Right? Yeah.
Because I got a lot of books to read. I don't have time to read it.
I know, right? I just keep collecting books because I keep going to Goodwill and going, oh, that one's on my list. Oop, that one's on my list. Kind of a thing. Oh, that would be good, but it's not on my list, so I'm not going to get it.
This fall, we're going to have another Batman novel. So
I know. It's so exciting.
Batman Revolution.
Yeah.
Jackson Miller. Can't wait. The direct sequel to Batman Resurrection.
Do those are both in between Batman and Batman Returns, right? Okay.
Yeah. So from what I understand, Max Schreck is going to have a bigger role to play in the second book. And then,
I loved how he introduced him, and Selena Kyle got introduced.
Yeah, she did. I don't know how much he's going to, I don't think he'll interact with her very much.
Agreed.
Well, I don't really think he can interact with her. Well, we should probably save that. That's a whole different episode. So we'll have to talk about that when we talk about the Batman novel. Otherwise, I'll go off for an hour on this stuff.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We're going to get that scheduled.
Well, John did touch on that a little bit. Bruce's meeting Selena. He talked about that slightly when we interviewed him. So
yeah.
So you can go back and listen to that too. So
yeah.
And we recommend that you go back and listen.
We do, because it's good. It's yeah. All right. So back to Reacher. Right. So it was a great season. Would I watch it again? I would definitely watch the last episode again.
Yeah.
I did. I watched it again last night.
Did you? Awesome.
Oh yeah. And I just did. I Steven skipped the other stuff I didn't want to see. I just want to see the fight sequence.
Okay. Does it really count as a Steven skip if
it's the second time around?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting kind of philosophical today. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you've already watched it, so I don't think it's so bad.
Okay.
You're doing skips after you watched it. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Now the big question is, did you do any Steven skips on the first watch?
No, I didn't do any Steven skips through Reacher season 3. None whatsoever.
See, that's a big thumbs up then.
Yeah. It was really good.
From your standpoint, if you didn't give any Steven skips, then it kept your attention and you really enjoyed it then.
Yeah. So I'm also watching Wheel of Time and season 3. And I've read the first novel. I have not read the second or other ones just because I have other reading to do. And I was Steven skipping. I've been Steven skipping through Rings of Power, or not Rings of Power. Sorry. I don't even watch. That's a total skip. I'm not even bothering watching it. But with Wheel of Time, just because I'm familiar with the first novel and then seeing how it all plays out, does it make me want to go back and read the novels? And I have them. I've collected them from bookstore, like discount bookstores or whatever. I've been picking up little by little to read. So I will read them eventually. But they've changed a lot in the series for Wheel of Time than what's in the novels to a certain degree. So, which is unfortunate, but it is still done well. It is still done pretty well.
Yeah, there's part of me that would like to read the Reacher novels, but again, I have so many other books that I want to read. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know where it would fall on my list. You know what I mean?
So I bought one, $2.
Yeah.
Paperback
I
at Goodwill.
One or two, actually. I
Mm-hmm.
got her one or two for Christmas not this past Christmas, but the last Christmas.
Yeah. So the one I got was Wanted Man, and I've read the first couple of chapters. And what I like about it is you are seeing Jack Reacher's mind working.
Gotcha.
In other words, what he's paying attention to, why he's paying attention to, how he's kind of snarky on some things, and just in how people are. Like he knows when people are lying, kind of a thing. And so it's really it's like, this should be really interesting, which makes me want to read more. But more novels or pick up the ones from the TV series so I can adjust. But I'm like, nah, I'm just pick one up because there's so many of them. I don't know how many books there are.
So I have a friend at work, and she's reading the novels. And she and I were talking the other day. She just finished up Yellowstone, which Yellowstone is freaking amazing. One of the best shows on television by far. Anyway, so she just finished Yellowstone. So we were talking about Yellowstone a little bit, and I said, "Have you watched Reacher yet?" She says, "No." She says, "I'm reading novels, so I want to finish the novel that the season's based on, and then she wants to watch the season."
Oh, okay.
Which I think is cool. It's like, oh, okay, good, because then you can tell me,
yeah,
how the television series lives up to the book,
the novels,
right? But it's funny because she says, so I'm reading the novels, and she goes, when I first found out who was playing Reacher, she goes, "He's not right." I went, "What? What do you mean he's not right?" And she goes, No, you don't understand. I thought he was too pretty. And I was like, I just looked at her, I go, "Look, Libby, wait till the first time he takes his shirt off, and you're just gonna forget all about that." You'll just forget about his face, and it won't matter anymore anyway. So don't even think about that. And, no. In the novel, he's got like a big scar on his face, and I'm like, well, maybe they can put a big scar on his face later on the series. I just don't think they wanted to. That's all, So, yeah. But I'm like, yeah, just wait. He'll take his shirt off, and he does every other episode or so. You'll forget all about his face. You won't care anymore. Just saying.
Are women really looking at his face?
Well, when his shirt's on, yes. When his shirt's off, no, they're not. They're looking at that chest and the muscles, and yeah, that's what they're looking at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Luckily, she's at work right now, so she's not watching live. But when she gets home later, I'm in trouble. Oh, well.
That's funny. That's pretty funny. So.
It won't be the first time, and it won't be the last. Right. Well, anything else you want to say about Reacher season 3 as we were wrapping up? Just that, no, I'm telling the truth.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I'm digging the hole deeper.
Yes, you are.
But it's so much fun. No, other than I like I said, my only downfalls was I didn't care for the relationship between him and the one girl, the DEA agent.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
it was okay. It was all right. I know that's kind of where they go with these stories. He has to get with the pretty girl, whatever. And I didn't care for, I didn't feel that Quinn's death was satisfying enough. But other than that, yeah, it was a great season, and the fight scene between him and Paulie was amazing. It's worth it's worth the price of admission. We'll just put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely so.
Definitely.
Get
Get my underwear at Kmart's. Wapner's on at 4. Or is it 5? I don't know.
It's all right.
Maybe that's Central Standard Time.
Maybe you do the math, as you would say. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for checking us out today on Two Geeks and a Microphone. I wanted to say thank you so much for being here with us and hanging out as we talked about Reacher Season 3. Please check out our website, 2geeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. Go there. That's kind of our hub for everything. And if you go to that website, I should have done my share screen. I could have done that, everybody, but it kind of has our list. Like next week, we're doing Gunpowder Milkshake. A couple episodes ago, we were talking about Karen Gillian and some movies that she's been in and who she could be. I think that was our whole Mara Jade conversation.
Yep.
And could she play that? And I said, yes, she could because of this movie, what I saw in this movie. And you mentioned also in Jumanji, she was doing some really cool fighting as well.
Right. Yeah. I think she kind of proved herself as sort of an action star in Jumanji. Jumanji is also a comedy, but I think Karen Gillian would make a fantastic Mara Jade. I have not seen Gunpowder Milkshake yet.
Yeah.
I will be watching it this week in preparation for our episode next week. So,
and I'll be rewatching it. So it's going to be good. And then after that, actually we don't have anything down for April 11th, I think, or April 12th. No. Oh, the Penguin series. I got to watch that. I got to get that in.
We have Jacob coming back to talk Penguin. That's going to be interesting. Jacob is not like really up on the Batverse and stuff. And he's not really up on DC Comics a lot. But I'm like, it's not about whether you have knowledge in the DC comic world. It's more about
you enjoy the series.
You enjoy the series and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see his take on it. I'm looking forward to hearing your take and how many times you Steven skipped. I'll save my comments about it for that episode.
Okay. So that's in 2 weeks. And then the week after that, Tom Hutchison is back from Big Dog Inc. We're celebrating. He's got another Kickstarter coming up. We are going to talk about that and his history with, oh my goodness, is it the 15 years
anniversary of Big Dog Inc. So
yeah. So all his comics and those series,
15 years of Big Dog Inc. with him.
Yeah. So it's going to be really good. And then after that, we're going to do Daredevil Born Again, the series review, which they released 2 episodes this last week.
Oh, really?
They did. They released 2 of them.
Okay, cool.
So I was like, oh, interesting. So, and I've got some stuff to say. Anyway, so then after that, yes, we're off the following week. Mike is camping, but I'm also prepping I've got an event that I'm preparing for that I got to be at. So, and then after that, we are going to do the Andor season 2 review. So, or the opening episode review.
We have a guest for that. Oh goodness. I'm trying to remember his name.
That's going to join us.
Yeah. Apparently he is an author.
Oh, right. This new guy that we met online and stuff. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, having that conversation.
Oh, Fred Mandrake. Fred Mandrake.
Yeah.
And apparently Fred has a very interesting story himself. I
Yes.
won't give too many details about that, but let's just put it this way. He has
Google his name and you'll find out.
Google his name and yeah. Here, I'll give you 2 words. Google Fred Mandrake bank robberies. Try that.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
There we go. All right.
There's my little tease.
Yep. So all that's on our webpage. Not some of that, but I keep updating the page, but we try to keep it updated for you. And also you can get to our merch page from there. But also you could go directly to twogeeksmikemerch.com, where we've got some fun t-shirts like Save It for the Podcast and other ones. And we're going to get some other stuff too. And then also, if you want to help support us, go to our Ko-fi page. Now, Ko-fi is like Patreon, but we like it better, much more betterer. There's mine. I got mine in. There we go. Cheers. But you can go ko-fi.com/2 geeks, Geeks. We got a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. And that just helps support us just to pay for the stuff that help us so that we can be on the air, whether it's EV Mux or even our illustrious Podbean that we've been with since the beginning. We've so enjoyed Podbean. And so we are actually even an affiliate sponsor of Podbean. And so with that, also with Ko-fi, Mike, do you want to give a teaser of what you may be doing on Ko-fi with your audiobook?
Yes, I'm trying to find a good way to do this. So Audible turned me down because I used AI voice for my audiobook, which I like my audio voice, but now they want me to pay a human. So
right.
Anyway, they want me to pay one of their humans. Let's make it specific.
Right.
Not just a human, but their humans. And so I'm not going that route now, and I may just put it. I think it's going to go up on Ko-fi. I'm just trying to figure out, and if somebody knows how to do this, I'm trying to figure out the final output of the file to where it actually has the chapter marks to where you can skip it with your whatever you're playing with, because that's the only stumbling block I have at this moment. And that's the only reason I have not already put it on Ko-fi. But as soon as I can figure that out, it's going up on Ko-fi. So it will be available to anyone who subscribes to Ko-fi currently, our Ko-fi currently. If you do not subscribe and you'd like to get it, then there'll just be a small fee that you'll have to pay to get it. So those will be the ways that you can get it. Now, I would recommend you get our subscription to our Ko-fi, and preferably the $3 if you would, because that helps us out. And I think you'll enjoy the book. So there's that. Oh, and I'm on chapter 3 of the second book. So just thought I'd throw that in there.
Nice. All right. Well, also, if you want to reach out to us, everybody, go ahead and check out our email address at show@twogeeksmike.com. Mike pays attention to that more than his own email.
That is not wrong. Especially lately, my email I've been having a problem with.
Yeah. You're not the only one. So anyway, so with that, Mike, anything else you want to say as we head out?
Just that if you made it this far, please make sure and like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, also on Facebook or Rumble or Twitch or wherever you happen to be watching us. Give us a thumbs up, and if you can, wherever you're getting our episodes, if you're able to, give us a 5-star review, please. And do like your mama said, if you got something nice to say it. If you don't say anything at all. So, and on Facebook, I try to post either funny memes or information about upcoming episodes, such as when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't really like to do math very much. With that said, thank you for joining us. Please do not Steven skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.